Right, everyone, I hope you're doing great. Just yesterday, I covered a video on, I covered a Soggy Series video essay about Dogpack and all the slander he's been making about MrBeast and all the lies he's been, spreading around for his own fame as a disgruntled employee, which Soggy in his video clearly proved that was the case. But the base thing is, right, the really bizarre thing with this drama of Dogpack and MrBeast is that somehow Dawson, he's made like a big enough rhetoric of people shitting on Jimmy that now he really is invincible. Like whenever you called out Dogpack, or at least before, people would be like, "Oh, you're just like a MrBeast meat rider. He's never gonna let you hit." Like no, no matter what logical point you came from, trying to critique Dawson, people always shit on you no matter what. And now someone made like an actual good video essay, proving that most of the shit is just lies and malicious, then yeah, people really struggle and be like, well, actually, fuck Jimmy, and Dogpack, he might have fucked up, but still, fuck Jimmy, he's a real piece of shit. Like they're so diehard on burning down MrBeast and believing Dogpack that if someone has like an actual good video that proves that has actual evidence in it that a person is lying, then even then, they can't fucking back down. And I've got my own proof. Right, if any of you know the subreddit, YouTube drama, if you just scroll down it for a second, you'll realize that most of the people, they're not the smartest. And right around now is the most evident of that, because the second that Soggy made the video, you have people being like, well, no, wait, yeah, there's one actually called Don't Let MrBeast Off the Hook. Like, what? And it's clear proof that a majority of the subreddit is going along with it when it has 3,000 upvotes. Like, clearly being like, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't let Jimmy off the hook. We should all hang him by a lamppost. Okay, so I want to cover the first one that blew my mind. Simply called Soggy Series and Dogpack. When Dogpack made his first video, it felt like the whole internet was praising him, in brackets, without a second thought. Okay, based, yeah. Same is happening with Soggy Series' video. Look, I am too lazy to pick apart the details myself. I feel like most of us are lol. Let's be honest, this is a form of entertainment. Apart from what happened to Jake, I really feel bad for him. But maybe we should give Soggy's video a bit of time. Perhaps Dogpack will respond. What, you lying? Or Oda will have more significant to say. I feel like people are drawing conclusions too early. Also, something off about Soggy's video, right? Well, because he's Norwegian, he's got a weird accent, fuck off. But anyways, I hate when people are like this, who are like, oh, I haven't seen the video myself, but just at face value, it doesn't feel right. Like, no, it's a really simple case of, it's a simple case of, dumb people and not even smart people, like, average IQ people, where they watch a video, they can call out some shit, and some other person calls them out rightfully, with an actual video essay, with actual evidence. I get what they're saying, people being way too quick, switching sides, oh, Dogpack was great, now Dogpack sucks. But if you actually take the time to watch the video, then yeah, you probably could make a good argument for why people deserve to be on more Soggy side of believing that Dogpack is a piece of shit and a scumbag. But I want to mention now as well, for some reason, in these Reddit posts I bookmarked, Jake Weddle brought up a lot, saying oh my god, okay, Soggy's video was pretty good, Dogpack probably sucks, but Jake Weddle, what about Jake Weddle? I'm not saying now as well, if you watch Soggy's video, then yeah, an actual friend of him, that guy Dustin Harris, he explained the challenge in his opinion wasn't so bad. Like him being a friend of him, he could clearly tell that Jake wasn't in the right mental space. So that's why he had that reaction when he came on Dogpack's video, being like, oh my god, it was torture, it was a war crime, and all that stuff. And plus, the fact that he even dropped out of the drama with that Instagram post clearly shows that this guy will switch back and forth very quickly. Because mentally, he's probably not the most stable. So you have to admit that most of the trauma he claims he went through was more of a mental issue, where he wasn't in the right place, more so than the actual challenge itself. But anyway, so you have the next one. Am I the only one seeing a pattern here? Anyone who gets involved in the MrBeast drama I remember this one. Comes out bad. Viking tells you to be a complete horrible asshole. Weddle went nuts and compared himself to a rape victim. Rosanna was called out for the CP stuff, also called out in Soggy's video. Dogpack was called out by Soggy and turns out beforehand to have made transphobic comments. Soggy is getting called out for talking about irrelevant stuff in his video and not talking about what MrBeast has done. More Maddie, Jimmy Sachs got called out for being too vague and throwing empty statements. Right, awful grammar, like there's no comments anywhere. But I get what they're saying, like it's more like a cycle where everyone involved gets fucked over. But in reality, if you spend a bit of time, like actually looking at what they said, like all those people, Viking, Weddle, Rosanna, then yeah, you realize that they're all piece of shit. If you look into Soggy, solid video, good evidence, actual high quality. Like how is that science gonna end up like those people? Also, I should probably give some context to the transphobic comment and the irrelevant stuff that they claim Soggy did. The transphobic saying, long before Dogpack worked with MrBeast, he was a huge Redditor, and he made one post like how, it was more like a theory of how trans people are trans because of all the microplastics. And everyone in the comments was like, you're retarded, like all saying all that over and over. I think it was more of a dumb theory, but yeah, I can see why people could see it as transphobic. And the irrelevant stuff about Soggy, I think in the video, it's cut out now, but like when he's talking about like the anime section in Rosanna's video being like, oh, Jimmy recommended a degenerate anime to Chris. So then Soggy brought up a clip of someone debating Cam Nuggets, that guy. And then he made like an offhand joke of like how they jack off to something like degenerate themselves. So like that was like meant to be like, oh wait, your own friends, your own members of your party, they're also degenerate, so pick a side. I mean, yeah, it was probably irrelevant, but like I said, it was a joke. And now I'm pretty sure it's cut out the video, so who cares? Okay, so far those two posts, they're not that massive, but they still show like a sentiment of like for people being like, well, he's not completely guilty, he might have some defense, but these two posts, holy shit. So first one, don't let MrBeast off the hook. 3,000 upvotes, like I said. Look, we all know Dogpack 4's first reputation is in the shit, in brackets. I've known since he started speaking shit about microplastic telling you gay, but that doesn't mean MrBeast is okay. Okay, that's retarded. You knew he was full of shit, not because of the slander and clear lies, but when he started being transphobic. Like what? Don't forget his stream of contestant on Amazon TV show, all his crypto stuff from yesterday. He still interacted with Shellman and had his art on the wall. He didn't give money to that blind charity until he was caught out in a year later. He actively works with Logan Paul on a product infested by mold. I'm sure there's more I'm forgetting about that didn't come from Dogpack's mouth. Both these guys are awful. To be honest, his videos felt bloated. The real actual stuff sprinkled in with bullshit really hurt the cause. The whole situation is so messy, but don't let MrBeast get away with this shit. Wow, and actually like a full list of agenda of all this bad stuff he did, which by the way, most of this stuff is just actual lies. The only one that's actually true, or like could be debated about, was the crypto stuff, which I'm pretty sure they got that from the CoffeeZilla's video. But just give some context, the most in CoffeeZilla's video, yeah, if you know him, if he sees someone doing something illegal, he'll call him out. But in his video about MrBeast and his crypto wallet, or like all the stuff he did to invest in, he literally said, okay, he's more like in a grey area where it's unethical or shitty, but it's not downright illegal. Where the two main things he did, like it wasn't him, but like someone like manages his crypto wallet. They were like running a charity or like working with one where like they were meant to hold onto a coin or crypto, but then as the charity kept on going, they dropped out halfway through and fucked over the charity. And the second one, they had a deal with like someone else, like about to invest into crypto, but then again, like same deal. After a few days, they dropped out, they sold it, and made a shit ton of money at the dismay of the other guy running it. So that was two things he broke legally, like not breaking any laws, and it was more like to make profit. But again, like CoffeeZilla like left it up like open question, like an open question, being like, well, I can't say for sure that MrBeast ran the wallet, because I did find someone else was like running it for him. So it's more for case like until he makes a response, we don't know how much control Jimmy had over these two decisions that looked pretty bad, and he should make a response to. So that crypto stuff, I will admit, does look bad, but apart from everything else, yeah, just complete lies, like everything, like, what he taught, like actual no context or research of like doing this shit, before making a post. Like went out for the last one of the video with nearly 300 upvotes, pretty big, and not because of the last one, but pretty massive. Soggy Series video severely downplays tech situation. Oh my god. And then the tag, call out. The main thing that caught my eye while watching Soggy's video is how quick he is to brush off Jake's situation, while the war crime claim was bogus. But frankly, I was surprised anyone took it seriously. He also tried to imply that the fact that Jake Weddle was paid and wasn't a detainee made it Moral. Oh, I'm gonna fucking tear into this one. The fact Jake was paid is specifically why the argument why he could leave any time, doesn't want any water. It's well known that humans will push themselves to the limits, even do immoral actions if desperate for money. In Jake's case, he pushed himself to the point of borderline PTSD, and frankly, who wouldn't? What? Who would not push himself to the point of trauma if offered so much money? What Jake went through is similar to coercion, and it's all on MrBeast and his crew for having inhumane conditions there. People keep blaming Jake, saying he made money or could leave any time, but if I hypothetically could give you enough money to buy a mortgage, but you had to cut your arm for it, would that be okay or moral for me to do? What a fucking extreme example. Of course not. So I don't get why people unironically follow the same train of logic in the worst situation. Actual reality TV shows are heavily moderated for this very reason, because without moderation, people would unironically kill themselves for the cash prize. And the fact MrBeast had no moderation in this thing was unethical and immoral. And I'm tired of people downplaying it as it's anything else but an insanely inhuman and negligent act. And then edit. I've rewatched the second Dogpie video, and now, the entire war crime thing Soggy pointed out is a huge forced narrative. The literal next line Jake says is, they don't even do that prisoners, after the war crime comment. It is not him saying they did war crimes on me. It's to put into perspective how messed up what they did is, and not even war criminals and terrorists are treated as badly as him. Alongside this, the whole defense Soggy made for Jimmy's Delaware fiasco is downright disgusting and makes it very hard to think. Well, no, hold on. He just says in the video that Jimmy fucked up. Like, he made no comment on that, just simply that, like, he denounced it. And makes it very hard to think of this video as being unbiased due to it. His defense was basically, oh, but Jimmy, I'm not doing the voice, oh, but Jimmy was but a 19-year-old boy who did an immature oopsie. Besides, Delaware's already fired, so who cares? Which is absolutely disgusting. Soggy. This situation of MrBeast hiring a fucking pedophile to work for his company, which, registered sex offender, get it right, to work for his company, which has a child audience. The fact that he even had the guts to defend this like he did either shows bias, or the fact that he generally thinks pedophiles is not a big deal. Either way, it's not a good look. Fuck this post. Again, I'm just gonna refer back to my earlier point. If someone's mentally unwell, like he was, like he wasn't in the right place mentally, then of course, no matter like how minor the challenge is, it'd be too much for them. So of course, like even the guy said, Dustin Harris, they made this challenge similar to other ones where like other contestants, they were fine with it. It was just like a very bad case of, picking Jake Weddle, and also him, like not being well in the head. He wasn't like severely fucked, but he probably had some severe anxiety, made only worse by the lights, which people, believe it or not, I don't think the crew, put on the lights to fuck with it even more. They just didn't realize. Also, fuck the comparison from earlier. Oh, if I paid you for a mortgage, you cut off your arm, would you do it? Well, no, clearly not. And also in that situation, he's making it seem like Jake is a homeless guy that needs the money. No, he was pretty well off before when working with Jimmy, and now, like even 10,000, it's not like a massive amount. So if you left early, oh, you lost the potential to get another 10,000, but you didn't. Oh no. Also, that was insane. The fact MrBeast had no moderation is saying that was unethical and immoral. Okay, if you actually watch the video, it's so clear people like this, they never watch, the actual video they're talking about. If you watch Soggy's video, Dustin Harris, the friend of Jake Weddle, he explains that the only reason why he made that comment, the war crime joke, was because he was holding the phone when the crew realized that Jake Weddle wasn't doing too hard. So they recognized that he was doing, unwell, and they actually called a friend to calm him down or make him feel better. Of course they had moderation. Okay, maybe they did watch the video, but their perspective is so way off. Like he literally says, oh, fuck Soggy for defending pedophilia, when in reality, he literally calls out MrBeast for doing a dumb mistake, despite being, very young and having the company barely starting out. Plus, I love the language that he used, biased. Like, it's so easy to like shut down an argument, being like, oh, you're just biased because Jimmy's way bigger and you want to defend him, even though that makes no sense. I don't think Soggy was paid by MrBeast to cover this. I don't think anyone defending MrBeast or, going against Dogpack is being paid. I just think, they have a modicum of logic and they don't agree with what he's saying, and that's bullshit. But despite that, even though I think like most of these posts were moronic and brain dead, they were pretty funny to like read through. Because some of these people, like, it's actually a saying like how prideful they are of like not watching the video or like not knowing any context. Like at least through these posts were like, oh yeah, so I think this and this, but I haven't watched the video, so I still think that. Like it's such a good sign that most people don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, overall, if you want to see more posts that piss you off and can be debunked pretty easily, just go to r/YouTube drama. It's a pretty good subreddit full of moronic people. I mean, like, so is Reddit, but like, that one in particular is pretty good, pretty fucking dumb.